This is from ESPN, and based on their football power index, its projected draft order for next season. They project the Browns have a 13% chance at getting the number one overall pick, 46% being in the top five. Giants, number two at 12%, 43. Titans, 11% at 4. Do we see a recurring theme? Those are the three that picked first this year. Saints, 10%, 39%, top five. Jets, 10%, so the Jets are the top five, 40%. They have the Jaguars, ninth, and a 19% at getting a top five. Remember, the Browns have the Jaguars pick in the first overall pick from that trade going back from 2 to 5. So, again, you can't argue with it because they are going to be relying on so many rookies to perform. I think that's the other thing that I would say relative to the Browns.
Yeah, I would feel like those metrics really analyze, proven quantities. And the Browns really this year are not going to have a lot of that. We don't, two of the quarterbacks they drafted are rookies. Arguably, they're two of their top three running backs they drafted have never taken an NFL snap and won't until September. And we just don't know what this scheme is going to look like, how all these pieces are going to fit together, in a game again until September. So there's so many unknowns. So you could see why maybe an advanced number like this is kind of hedging on them as far as, looking ahead to the future. And then looking in the rest of the rankings, the Giants there, I do think they're going to be better just because you have two veteran quarterbacks in Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. I know neither one was great last season, but they're certainly steady enough to give them time for Jackson Dart to develop. And I feel like the other thing with the Saints being up as high as they were, I do think honestly, with what happened with Derek Carr, they might have the worst quarterback situation in football because I was not a big fan of Spencer Rattler when he got drafted, and I don't know if Jake Hayner really is going to amount to much in the NFL. So that really puts a lot of pressure on Tyler Shough to be the X factor. And yes, the Saints are arguably in the worst division in football in the NFC South. So that certainly makes their, road a lot easier, but it's tough for any rookie quarterback. Any rookie quarterback coming in is going to have those issues, especially early in the season. Even Jane Daniels had his struggles in his first or second game before he really took off. I believe it was on Monday Nighter in Cincinnati when he really just erupted and showed everybody that, yeah, he was a really special quarterback. So, again, not a lot. It comes down to proven commodities. Browns just don't have a lot of those, and it's up to those guys to kind of live up to those draft statuses and really show that the Browns made the right decision, especially when it comes to those two quarterbacks that they drafted.